Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is an IS. I should say it's a JS, because that's what they call it at the Tank Museum. It's a Tier 7 Soviet heavy tank, and it's located on the north spawn of Ruinberg Encounter, and it's under the command of Igunter of FILO. Now, I think he's got the 122mm gun, which is the top gun for this tank. It's got 390 alpha if he has got it, yep. And penetration of 175mm, but it's not the best gun to have on this tank. No, surprisingly, a lot of people say, oh yes, you go for the 122 because you've got heavy hitting power, but actually the 100mm gun has got much better DPM than the 122, well, by about 100, and it's for 2 shots. For every shot you fire with a 122, you can get 2 shots off with the 100mm gun, and the 100mm gun has better penetration, so you're much more likely to get some damage on that one. Okay, his first target's turned up. It's an IS-2. Now that tank came into being because they stopped the production of the IS. They were ready to produce it. The IS is actually a development of the KV-1, a much better upgrade. There's a T20 over there. Keeps wondering, is that T20 going to come around? Oh, that's good. Gets a nice shot into the IS-2 for 386, which is a low roll. But the IS-2 takes out one of his teammates. And now he's got the side of that IS-2. And he fires in, gets 352 hit points of damage. And immediately covers his lower plate by using that rubble. A smart move there. Oh, took a round from the rear. One of his own teammates wasn't looking where he was shooting. Yeah, there's an IS tank behind him who's not very smart, doesn't understand the game mechanics, doesn't understand what Igunter's trying to do. There's a VK3002M there. He can hit the lower plates. Unfortunately, it hits it at the wrong angle and it ricochets. Igunter might let this AT8 go ahead, because he could use the wreck to side scrape off and also for cover. Goes for the Panther. Yep, 410, a nice high roll. It's actually not a Panther, it's a Panther prototype, the VK3002, and he's taken another round in the back from a Churchill 7. Thank goodness that team damage has been switched off. Well, the AT8 is making ground, and oh, he took a round there from the KV2. But it was only a small hit for 320, so it's not too bad. He got clouted, and that wreck's in the way, and there's an IS just around the corner, and he's trying to squeeze past the 88, goes for the weak spot, gets it, and the 88 takes the kill. Took another round from the KV2, but again it hit the tracks, or at least it hit a weak spot, and not a weak spot rather, and he takes the KV2 out with a lovely shot there, and now he's chasing after that Super Hellcat as soon as he's reloaded. 10.38 seconds. The Super Hellcat takes a high roll for 393, but he's still alive just, and he rams him for a few more, and now he can kill him. Yep, nice kill. 2 kills now for Igunter. He's potentially got the high caliber. Keep going. You're doing fantastic. Super Hellcat over in that building. I think he's gone into that little pocket. Let's work him out of there. Oh, he's gone anyway. And now we've got a Dicamax and a T-34 2GFT, I think. And he can take them from this corner. It's a very good corner for doing this sort of damage to the enemy. He decided to stop to see if he can get a shot on that Type 64. Can't get a solution on him though. They're just too far away at the moment and over a ridge line. There's a ridge line in the town, so he's going to have to get quite a bit closer. Thankfully, I think all the enemy on to his right have actually gone into that little village, and so he's now trying to close on them using the ridge line. This is looking good, because if he gets close and they suddenly realise, oh my god, we've got a heavy tank in our midst. There goes the Dicamax. Wait for it, wait for it. Nice hit, but a low roll, 370. One more shot, he's out the game. Oh, and the Arty finishes him off. That was the GW Panther taking the kill. There's a T-3485M over here. It's going to take at least 2 shots, maybe 3 to kill the T-3485. But the fact that he's hung at the back means he's probably inexperienced. It's a bit of a bad place to be. Oh, ran into the P-43 and he dies, unfortunately. So the P-43 didn't look where he was going, ran right into Igunter, but that T-34 is a one-shot and he's gone. And that was the last kill of the game. Unfortunate about the P-43, but there you go. If you don't look where you're going, sometimes you do get badly damaged. And that's the hole in the side caused by the KV-2. Yes, it wasn't a penetrating shot though. If we look at the team damage, we can see, or the final results, we can see he managed to get an ace tanker, and this was his first ace in the IS. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, and he got in 7 in that one. A duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, and a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He did get the high caliber. He did the most damage in that game overall, and there was no other medals, I'm afraid, but it was a good performance. Let's have a look at team score. 3,609 hit points. The only player over 2,000 hit points in total. The rest had below that level. And we can see that the next highest scorer was the T20 with 1,625. And after that, the enemy IS, who only got 1,592. It's the 88 who got the kill on that guy. But Igunter definitely got the kill on that KV-2, 1388. Let's have a look at the kills. Well, the 88 did the best in that case. He got 4 kills in that game, thanks to Igunter actually, because Igunter did get some of the damage on the tanks that he then, the 88 killed. 3 kills to Igunter, 2 kills to the P-43, the VK-2801, and 2 kills on the enemy team for the T-3485M and the KV-2. When it came to base XP though, it was Igunter. He got 1,281, 945 goes to the 88, 763 to the Peter. He fired 13 rounds, got 12 direct hits and 10 penetrations. I think one of those rounds was the one that bounced off the armour on the VK-3002M. 3,609 hit points of damage, and all of it was done at close range. He received 4 hits from the enemy. 2 of them were non-penetrations and 2 hits by way of splash damage. Well, the ones by splash damage were from the KV-2. The hits by way of non-penetrations, I think one of those came from the IS-2, and well, the others I can't remember which ones they were, but anyway, 240 hit points of damage blocked by armour. I think that was a 90mm round, probably from the Super Hellcat. 5 enemy vehicles spotted, 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 3 killed, and 358 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 42,641 credits from that game, got 50,000 credits from personal missions payout, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 96,370 credits from a game that only lasted 5 minutes 9 seconds, so very good score in terms of credits. We received 1,281 XP, got ×2 for the first victory, took away 3,844. So yes, a very good performance in the IS. I actually do prefer this tank with the 100mm because you pump out so many rounds on the enemy. It really makes it very, very difficult for them. If they do poke their nose around a corner, you're going to be more than likely reloaded in time to put a round into them at a weak spot, or isolate them, immobilize them with 1 round, and then finish them off with the follow-up rounds afterwards. So yes, it can be a very, very useful round, the 100mm, but I know that other people like the 122mm, because of course they're working their way up to the heavy line, which mostly has 122mm or 13cm guns, and it's good practice for you to have a 122mm at an early stage. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel please, and thanks for watching.